Hi class. In this tutorial, I'm going to go over what you're expected to do for your Web 2.0 assignment. Our Web 2.0 assignment is going to be taking place on the wiki. Now, for our course, there are two different wikis. There's a wiki for the Web 2.0 assignment and one for literature circles. And you're going to need to request membership for both of these wikis. And the reason why I'm having you be members is I'm simply modeling how you could use these tools in a very safe way with your students. So nobody that is not a member will be able to post anything on the wiki. So it's a nice, safe environment. Okay, so let's take a look over here on the left. You'll notice right now I only have three links. There's the home, names, and Voki, but I'm going to be adding many Web 2.0 tools that you'll be able to use. Now the first thing that you're going to do is click on names, and then you'll need to click on edit. Anytime you want to add content, you need to select edit, and then you need to save it. Now the reason why I want you to have your wiki screen name and full name is that way I'll know who you are, because in the past I had some people with very unique wiki screen names and I had no idea who they were, and neither did anybody else. So that's the first thing you want to do. Okay. After that, you're going to take a look at all the different choices of Web 2.0 tools and decide which one you would like to use for your project. So let's make believe you want to use Voki. So we're going to click on Voki, and only one person could work on a Web 2.0 tool, because what I'm looking for are many people who are experts in their Web 2.0 tools that could teach you, and this way you'll have a lot of models, and maybe in the future you're going to want to use one of these tools with your students, and you will have had the opportunity to see how one of your classmates used it, and if you have questions you could always contact them. Okay, so over here we could see nobody selected Voki, so if you want to have this tool, you'll click on edit, add your name, and save. If somebody's name is there, that means they selected it, so you'll have to pick something else. What you're going to need to do when becoming an expert in the tools, you'll have to go over and learn how to use it. And all of these tools have excellent help. If for some reason that you're trying to use the tool and even reading the help, you're having a hard time with it, well, then that may not be the tool for you. So take your name off it and pick something else. Okay, now once you have selected your tool, then the next thing you're going to do is learn how to use it and think about how would you use it in education. Would it be a tool that you're using to demonstrate a concept to your students, or would it be something that you would have your students use? Once you've already learned it and you've made that decision, then you need to actually use it and create something with it so we could see how you used it and how it would be used in education. So I'm going to show you now what some of my students have done in the past, so that way you could see some exemplars and have an idea of what I'm looking for. So we'll go to, this is from fall 2012. Okay, you can notice there's a whole bunch of tools here. I'm going to click on Bitstrips. And obviously nobody selected this one, so I'm going to go on to a different one. Okay, oh, so many to choose from. All right, let's try Story Jumper. Okay, so somebody picked this one, and what you're going to need to do is give us a link so that we could get to the story. And if you cannot embed it, whatever it is you're working on it, if you can't embed it right into Wikispaces, then you need to give, as this student did, her username and her password. And obviously if you're going to do that, use a username and password that you would never ever use. Okay, let's go to another one. Let's go to Voki. Okay, All right, so here's one that somebody, now I'm demonstrating what you're not supposed to do, because this student actually chose Voki and then chose something else, so he forgot to take his name off it. So, and that's a good learning opportunity, teaching moment, so we say. Okay, let's go over to Glogster. All right, now, here the student is giving you a link to their tool, what they did, and writing the rationale for using it, which I'm requiring you to do. And let's take a look and see what the student did. So here is the demonstration that this student did with Glogster. Okay, it's still coming up, but I think you got the idea. Well, it's actually a very cool project that she did. All right, but I'm sure you're going to do a bunch of wonderful projects as well. Okay, let's go back to Wikispaces. All righty. And I want to show you something else. I'm going to go back to fall again. Okay, so you've completed your project, and the next thing that you're going to do is look to see what other people have done, because you are going to comment on their work. And the place that's going to be done, the place you're going to do that is in the discussion area of each page. So you could see an Animoto over here. If I click on discussion over here, there are posts here. People are writing questions, congratulatory messages, and so on and so forth. Let's go over to another one here, Storify. Okay, now if I click over here, and let's make believe that we want to post something. I want to ask a question about how they use this tool. What I would do is I would click on New Post. I would do for the subject, how do you get graphics in this tool, in this whatever. And then I was wondering, etc., and you would post it. Now, what you're going to need to do is take a look. I want to go back to the empty one right now. You're going to need to look to see if anybody has posted something about your work, because you're going to have to respond to that person. So again, the place for every single page has its own discussion area. So let's go back to Voki. No one's claimed it, but let's just make believe. We're going to click over for discussions, new post. Again, whatever the subject is, the message, and that's it. Now, I want to see if there's anything I forgot to tell you here. Yes, if you are an MST major, this is the assignment that's going to be used for your tech skills in TaskStream. And so I have over here a link to the tech skills that you need to be able to address. So that's there. If you're a childhood major, you don't have to get involved in that. And I explained it all to you on the page over here. All the due dates are here. The other thing I want to mention is that you need to post a response on everybody's page, because I have to tell you, in the past, I've only required people to post to maybe 5 students, and then there were maybe 15 people, and they felt bad. They felt, oh, nobody's even looking at my work. So This whole idea is to be able to have a shared brain. You're all very creative people, but nobody has the time to be an expert in everything. And so all you need to do is select one tool, and then you'll have access to many, many other tools that you might be interested in using. I was asked by some of my former students, will I keep these wikis up so that you could look at them in the future? And the answer is yes. So this one I'm doing is for the summer class, and people who are in the summer class will be able to have access to this in the future. The same way my people in the fall class will have access to it. But they're not going to be able to see yours because they're not members of this. I think I covered everything. I think you're going to enjoy this. And just keep in mind that some of these tools may have a lot of bells and whistles, but if you don't think they are good for education, select something else. So I hope that you enjoyed learning about this, and I think you're going to have a good time becoming an expert in your Web 2.0 tool. Thank you. Bye-bye.